nigga like me, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love the game.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the hustle.
Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah, you know a nigga got dough.
You just tuned in to the most exclusive podcast. Mogul moves only. Hey.
I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day.
Oh, yeah.
Money it coming, then money it goes. I got me a meal to make.
I got a real mogul in the building.
And she say, baby, I got some bills to
Hey, hey.
So I need a meal a day.
Hey, hey.
Gotta make me a meal a day.
Yay, hey.
I need a meal a day.
Hey, man, we gonna be really topping it up right now, man.
See, money it coming, then money it goes. I got me a meal.
We gonna put y'all up on game, man. We got a real veteran in the building.
Got some bills to pay.
Hey.
So I need a meal a day.
Hey.
Gotta give me a meal a day.
Yo, 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 you just tuned in to the most exclusive podcast, Mogul Moves Only, with your boy Big D the Mogul, a.k.a. Suge Diddy, a.k.a. Illuminati Jack, a.k.a. Big Thanos, a.k.a. Heaven on Earth, a.k.a. the new, I'm gonna call myself Sprint DMC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a little bit more elevated than the run, you feel me?
Yeah.
And I got a mogul in the building, man. I got a real veteran in the building. I got somebody, man, really who don't need no introduction, but got his hands in the game majorly, man. You can't be in Dallas, bro, without even ever shaking this guy's hands, man. This guy is not local, very national. Got his hands now international. You know what I'm saying? Been managing artists out here, making them pop, getting placements, doing his thing. If you follow him, you see him. We're going to call him Mr. Everywhere because he be everywhere, man. I got my guy in the building, Lil Pooh. What up, though, homie?
Hey, what's up, big boy?
Not much, man.
Hey,
Hey,
Big D, man. Hey, I appreciate that intro, though, dog. That was one for the books, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. You know, I've been working on a lot of failed episodes to get to where I am now, man.
Nah, facts, man. Facts.
But I appreciate you coming rocking with me, man. A lot of things going on in the industry. The industry ever changing. We're going to get into a lot of that to educate, you know, the audience, man, so they can get a chance to understand some tips and tricks how to navigate. But before we get started, man, tell us a little bit about Lil Pooh, man. Where you from?
Man, Lil Pooh, man. I'm from Dallas, Texas, born and raised in Dallas, man. That's where I'm from. That's my city. I mean, you know, where I come from, man, that's the city, man. It's Triple D, you know. I think everybody out here in Dallas that's doing music at some point did music, you know. So I come from a background of, I was a rapper at a point, you know what I'm saying? Before I actually knew what my actual real calling was in the music industry, trying to figure out what it was. I did my little rap thing in the city and stuff like that.
And you know what? The first time I met you, when you was rapping on Fat Boogie, is the house party joint at the video shoot when he had the two little at left cheek, at right cheek. They was getting it in at the little house party, man.
Nah, fact. Shout out to Fat Boogie. That's my brother, man.
Straight up. So I don't like that nigga, but you know what I'm saying? Nah, that's my guy. But so let's get into the rap. So at what point in time in your life, man, did you think that rapping was your path?
Man, honestly, bro, like I've been doing this music shit like for like since like day one, really, like since I was like in the third grade. I remember like, you know what I'm saying, like my cousin, which is a good producer in the game right now, Stuntin' Doja, my cousin Doja. Like me and him, when we grew up, he used to make beats off of the MTV Generator game. I don't know if I remember, but anybody that would kind of remember back in the PlayStation days, they had MTV had a game where you could make beats on the game, and my cousin used to make beats on that game. And at that time, I used to like just be writing raps and writing stuff in my folder and stuff, and just we never recorded anything. I was just writing raps and like I would like literally like make a whole album. You know what I'm saying? Like like literally like. And it's crazy now that I'm talking about it and I think about it, like, that's why I am right now. Because, like, I was putting together albums back then, bro. I remember drawing the artwork. I would draw the artwork and everything,
Are you serious?
Serious. On a piece of paper, I would draw the artwork. I would put it, like, fold it up to where it fit in the cassette tape. You know what I'm saying? The cassette tape thing. I would fold the artwork up. I would hand draw it. Color it and everything on a piece of paper. Fold it up, put it in a little tape. Like, it was an actual... You know what I'm saying? Like an actual cassette tape, man. And like that was like back in like second, third grade. But I wasn't recording nothing though. I would just write it all out and then make a cover and put like somebody else tape in there. Like it was
So do you remember the first rap you ever wrote?
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was probably like I know it was around the 3rd grade. I can't remember what I was rapping about,
Okay.
what I was talking about. I think I was saying something like, cause I was like a real big No Limit. Like I was like, I grew up on P. Like that's who my idol was, Master P. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I felt like I needed to rap to get in the music business, because I was like watching P. You know what I'm saying? So I was seeing how he was doing it. Like he was an executive, but he was still the rapper too at the same time. So I was coming up with some stuff like True Tank Dogs, like like No Limit had Tank Dogs and stuff. So mine was like the True Tank Dogs or something like that, man. And it was, I don't know, I was just stealing all masterpiece shit, really.
I think everybody been there before. Like especially when you find out like music is something you like to do, man. The first thing you do is whoever you listen to the most, you trying to kind of emulate that. So at what point in your life do you feel like you really was like, you know what, this rapping I'm gonna really take serious? I think I'm like really can do this.
I think it was probably like, I want to say like the 7th or 8th grade. 7th or 8th grade is when I kind of, I'll say the 8th grade, because 7th grade when I first started recording. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homeboy who I grew up with, man, a good friend of mine, man, Matthew Flores, man, shout out my boy Matt. He was like, me and him used to rap and stuff. Like he would do his rap thing, he would be rapping, and I was like, yo, I was writing my raps and stuff. And then he had like this cassette, two deck cassette player thing but it had like a record player on the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So basically like you could record, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what we would do is we would basically have to record like 3-4 times. Like it was on some real analog stuff. At the time I didn't even know what I was really doing, but this is like some real analog studio stuff. Like we having to record the beat, record the first vocal, and then put the tape over there and re-record over and onto another tape, a blank tape. Like, so that's when I first started experimenting, like 7th grade. And I was like, yo, we really recording. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like this, like we actually recording. I figured out how to do it. 8th grade was when, like, I guess I started like taking it serious. But then I was like, again, just thinking about this now and in conversation, because I really ain't never really even talked about this in so long. Just thinking about it now, it really reminded me of, I was doing everything at that time to get me where I am now. So I was putting together whole projects and everything. I was like the executive producer of the group. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homeboy group. I was like coming up with the names. I would come up with how we gonna record it. I would come up with, what's gonna be the album cover, all this type of stuff, man. And I say like 8th grade, when I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I can really do this, man. And I think I put a tape together. Me and my boy Matt, we put a CD together. We put a tape together, and then I took it to my homeboy that I grew up with for a long time, my boy Jamal, which we used to call him Dad's Monster. He was like the engineer at the time. He was the one dude who knew, he was computer friendly. He knew how to, you know what I'm saying? He knew how to, he was like ahead of the time. He was already like burning CDs and all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like he was ahead of the time. So we took the cassette tape to him. Now this is like, this is like 9th grade now, so this is like 2002, 2001 type shit. So we taking the tape to him, and he putting the tape on the CD. You know what I'm saying? So then, boom, we had the CD. That was the first CD I ever published, put together, and it was called MD 2020.
So you 14, you got named it off some malt liquor.
And the reason we called it MD 2020, dog, because his name was Matt and my real name is Daryl. So it was like Matt and Daryl 2020. I don't know. It was just like MD 2020. So we put the tape together, bro, and I burned up some CDs, and I just gave it to a couple cats on the basketball team, and my boy, he played football. He gave it to a couple dudes on the football team, and then like next thing you know, bro, like people was like, yo, this is hard, you know, man, this is hard, because it was like on that old, you know, at this time, 2001, 2002, this was when Texas had a real influence on hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was all freestyle, man, hold up, you know what I'm saying? You know, we wasn't listening to nothing else but Texas, you know what I'm saying? Freestyle. So it was like around that time. So really, we wasn't really even talking about nothing really, but people was like, yo, man, that's hard, that's hard, that's hard. So then that's when like the DSR wave started kind of, you know, coming in, like 9th, 10th grade, like the DSR wave started coming in. So then my homie who took the tape and put it on a CD, he actually bought a little microphone, and he was like, he bought a little microphone, bought, you know, a little input output to plug in. And he was like, yo, we can record over here. I got a little software. I know how to record. I've been practicing on it. So boom, I like that one going into like I'm still like towards the end of 9th grade year. So boom, by that time, shit, we starting to record at my boy's house, and he got the computer now. So now we're recording on a real software. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all getting official now.
Yeah, we getting official. Now it ain't sounding like a tape anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's actually starting to sound like a CD. Starting to sound digital. So at that point, like again, I'm still rapping. So mind you, my whole like in the back of my mind, like my whole goal was like to run like a record label. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to be like P.
Did you have a name of your label?
I ain't had no name. I didn't have no name of the label at that time.
Okay.
I created one. I didn't have one originally at the time, but then like going like toward 10th grade, once we really started kind of recording, and I came up with one. It was called NFT. That's actually what I got.
Okay.
Tatted on me
What
right
it stand
here.
for?
Northside Team.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the north side of Dallas, so it was like me and all my homeboys, you feel what I'm saying? So like the Northside Team. You know what I'm saying? That was the name of it. And so I started like recruiting artists and everything, like, and I say recruiting now because you know I'm in the business and stuff now, but at the time I ain't think it was recruiting artists. I'm just telling my homeboy and getting the homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Like, who can rap? You know, who on the rap, man? We got a studio, we can record now. So I done compiled up a group of my homeboys, man, like 5, 6 of us, man, and we started going to my partner's house every weekend, dog. Like after school, we would go over to his house every weekend, and we start recording. Now this time I'm putting together like compilation of music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I put together a compilation of music like my 10th grade year, and it was called NNT, the Northside Team. And it was records. It had me. You know, of course, I was like on every record damn near, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was probably like 1 or 2 records that I wasn't on, but I was like on every record because I was on some Master P shit. Like I'm a director, you know what I'm saying? I was on some, I'm going to get on the song and I'm going to tell us how we need to put it out and woo, all this. So, but I mean, at the time, everybody still, you know, they kind of trusted my vision, I guess, you know what I'm saying?
So from the beginning, you was already an executive in the making and didn't even know that's what you was grooming for.
On God, like now that we really, and I'm really explaining this, like, yeah, like that's really what it was, dog. So it got to the point where, and I'm good. I can just keep on going in.
No, you good.
Okay,
Do your thing. This is you, man.
Yeah. So we got to the point where, dog, like, I say like 10th grade, that's when like DSR really started making a big impact in, and I knew like the cats from DSR and shit because some of my big homies who I used to hang with, and used to roll with, they were like cool with them. You know what I'm saying? They used to thug with them and all this type of shit. So I used to see DSR like when I was in 10th grade, they used to all be at my big homie house. You know what I'm saying? Like we was young hanging around people who graduated our freshman year. You know what I'm saying? Because my sister was a senior.
Okay.
2002 when I was a freshman, and so my best friend, my clique who I roll with, my best friend, his brother was a senior too. So we used to hang around with the seniors. So by 10th grade, the seniors was graduated, we was you know hanging at their house, you know, they first apartment, and so they used to have all the DSR homies come through. So that kind of like inspired me even more. Like, yo, I'm seeing like I know the cat that's really doing the DSR records, and I even had DJ Curious pull up to the school, my high school at one point, you know what I'm saying, and selling some of the CDs type stuff. So it was like, so that's when it started kind of getting serious, like I said. So we put together that compilation. Man, we put that compilation out at the school, dog, and it went crazy. Like everybody was on it, man. It like created like a wave. And then at the time, like, you know, we was running the streets and shit. So like my homeboys who was Northside, they were going to parties and, you know what I'm saying, fighting, and, you know what I'm saying, they were clicking up and making a name for themselves in the streets. And then we were rapping. So it was like hand to hand. It was like now the homies had something like, it was like some like anthem music, you know what I'm saying? Now that's what it was. It was like some anthem music now. So like all the hood like jumped on it. Everybody was like, yo, this hard. Woo, woo, woo. Man, y'all hard, y'all doing y'all thing. Just like putting the battery in our back, man. And so I say like I was doing, then at that time still like, it was more like, it wasn't like serious. It was more like I was doing it just because like, at this time I was getting a taste of fame. You know what I'm saying? Getting a taste of notoriety of doing something. So it was like, I was cool with everybody in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with it. All my big homies saying like, oh yeah, Pooh go hard. Yeah, Pooh be rapping. Woo, 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 woo. So, you know, so I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I was just cool with that. At the same time, man, I'm getting my, like, you know, for Christmas and shit, like, the type of shit I would ask for Christmas at this time. Like, I asked my mama for, like, they had, like, this was like when the digital turntables became, like, really popular at this time, you know what I'm saying? When you could put a CD in the turntable and scratch it. I'm asking my mom to get me one of those for Christmas, and that was like the only gift I was able to get because it was like $500, some type of shit. So my mom was like, that, you know, that's a lot. You can only get one gift. I'm like, get it for me. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I'm getting that, and then I'm getting a computer. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I'm asking for a computer. So now I'm starting to set stuff up at the house and just starting to play with it. I'm downloading Fruity Loops and stuff. This is like when like the Napster and all that stuff was real big and stuff, you know what I'm saying? To download torrent sites and stuff. So I'm downloading torrent, putting viruses on my mom and their computer and shit, trying to get programs and shit. I'm downloading Fruity Loops. I'm starting to make beats. I done made me a little, I done called myself a little DJ. I was like a little, I had like an alter ego. So I was like Pooh. I was like Lil Pooh the rapper. And I was like DJ Chop a Lot. Some weird shit.
DJ Chop a Lot.
DJ Chop a Lot, because I was chopping and screwing. Like I had got the digital turntables, so I learned how to chop and screw. So I was like chopping and screwing, making at the crib, just making like chop and screw tapes and stuff. You know what I'm saying, at the crib. And so I was like, man, my name DJ Chop a Lot because I like to chop. You know what I'm saying, the chop. That was one of my favorite things. I was like, yeah, DJ Chop a Lot. So, man, by that time, like, again, I'm just doing it because it's like, yeah, everybody in the hood, like, everybody around the school, they're like, yo, Pooh, you know, he doing his thing, man. He really do, you know, he do this music stuff and woo, woo, woo. And at the same time, I wasn't even just being all the way focused. I was too busy trying to be in the streets and trying to, like, impress cats in the streets and stuff, all that stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying? So then I say, like, when it really, I say, like, probably, like, my senior year in high school, I started like taking trips doing the music shit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started like, see, like, people gotta understand, like, I didn't really just get to where I am just out of nowhere. Like I've been like, this is back in like 2004. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know how to get, like, I didn't really know how to get in the game or how to contact people and stuff. But at the time, I knew there was music conferences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the time, the music conferences were big. And it was cats like my OG, Tony Neal, who I still get, you know what I'm saying, advice from now. Like, at the time, it was cats like Tony Neal who was doing Core DJs retreats. And he was doing these music conferences in Atlanta or Tunica, Mississippi, and Miami. Like, every year it would be somewhere different. And that's when I first started taking trips. Me and my one of my good friends, one of my day ones, man, who I used to rap with, my boy Double A. So we started like senior year. We was like, yo, it's these music conferences, man. It's like gonna be a lot of rappers there and a lot of people in the industry and stuff, man. We can pass out some CDs. That's what we was on. Yeah. We really wasn't even on meeting people. We was on some pass out some CDs. We can give out CDs. So, man, we would go get like 250 CDs pressed up, dog. Like, we'd spend like $200 with my homie. At this time now by this time we started going to like a real studio. It really wasn't a real studio, but it was a real studio. It was a home studio, but it was the right.
It was a right setup.
Right setup, the right sound. My boy Finn, who still got a studio in Fort Worth right now. That's where Go Yayo, that's where all them recorded at. My boy Finn. This is when he had his set up at the house. So at this time, me and my boy Double A would start going to Fort Worth. We would drive all the way to Fort Worth every weekend, dog, to do like a 4-hour session. You know what I'm saying? And we'd try to do at least one every weekend. If we could do two, we'd do two if we had enough money to put together. But my boy Finn was only charging like $20 an hour.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a good price, you know what I'm saying? But we'd go out there, and by that time now we starting to record and then starting to sound. We getting like the sound good now, you feel what I'm saying? So this is by senior year. So boom, that's when we started like, okay, man, we need to get these CDs pressed up. My boy Finn was like, yeah, I can get the CDs pressed up for like $1.25 each or something like that. So boom, we'll get like 250, 250 CDs, and we'll go travel. You know what I'm saying? At this time, we was seniors. graduating it was like right after graduation, you know what I'm saying? Like right after graduation when we took the first trip, you know what I'm saying? That summer of graduation. So, you know, we were driving, we had license and everything. So boom. I think my homeboy Allen had a van. He had a van, and so we swapped our cars. I let him have my car for the weekend while I took his van to go out of town with it, so we can go, you know what I'm saying, go to these music conferences. So boom, we hitting the music conferences, dog. I'm passing out CDs and stuff, and I'm just meeting people, man. I'm just meeting people, and I think that's when it really kind of like started to like really hit me, like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying, this is serious, like I can really do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like I didn't go to college or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like the college I wanted to go to like Full Sail.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to go to, Full Sail.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? To get like audio engineering, you know what I'm saying, degree and all that type of stuff. Like, I just wanted to do something in music. You know what I'm saying? By this point, I'm like, I just want to do something in music. So I'm like, my parents and them like, you know, what college you going to? What you gonna go to college? What you gonna do? And I'm like, no, I want to go to Full Sail. This is the college I want to go to. You know, y'all know I'm doing this music stuff all the time. So, but Full Sail was so high. You know what I'm saying?
It is. It's very expensive.
Man, it's very expensive, dog. So, you know, my parents didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the fund to be able to get me into Full Sail. So when that happened, that kind of it kind of crushed me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say like I was disappointed in my parents or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was kind of lost for a second, because
absolutely,
I felt like because all my friends and, you know what I'm saying, like, well, all my homies who I was rolling with, none of them didn't go to college or nothing like that. But like all the people who I knew like from school and my old basketball players who I used to, you know, teammates and stuff, like they all knew, okay, yeah, I'm going to college, I'm going to U of H, I'm going to PV, I'm going to UNT. They all knew. So I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm going to Full Sail. So when people ask me, where you going? What you doing after school? I'm going to Full Sail. I'm going to Full Sail. I'm going to college, you know, for music. Woo woo. And then, like I said, I wasn't able to go, so that kind of crushed me. So I was kind of lost. I didn't know, like, dang, what am I gonna do? Like, that was my plan to be. I'm gonna be gone away from home and in school, like. So that kind of had me lost. So then that's why I was like, man, I need to travel. I need to go, like where can I meet people at? And that's when I came up, you know, found out the music conferences and stuff. So I started taking trips to the music conferences, bro, and passing out CDs and stuff, man. And I was building relationships and meeting people. And like I said, I started meeting DJs, met, you know, cats like Tony Neal. I started meeting the other artists who were kind of like, you know, doing things at the time, you know, doing bigger things than I was at the time. And, you know, I was able to lock in with them and kind of build with them and just kind of learn from them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, it was a point, like, where I was like, matter of fact, 211 from California, you know what I'm saying? It was really like him. He was signed to CTE at the time, and I had locked in with like his manager and him like real good at like a music conference one time, and they was on some shit like, you know, yeah, man, you know, shit, pull up on us, man, wherever, you know, if you see us in the city or whatever, just call, man, pull up. So once I went from the music conference, I started trying to see where 211 had events, where CTE had events that I can just pull up and I can call them. You know what I'm saying? So I started like pulling up to events, you know, CTE events, and I would just call them like, yo, you know, hey, man, I'm here, woo, woo, woo. And they would answer the phone. Oh, okay, yeah, oh, yeah, you can mob with us, you can come in the club, whatever, you know what I'm saying, woo, woo. So I'm hitting the club with them, and little did I know I was really networking, you know what I'm saying? Really networking. And they were
genuine relationships.
Genuine,
too.
Yeah, because they seeing like, oh, okay, this kid is adamant, you know what I'm saying? He driving, you stay in Dallas, but he driving to Houston to meet us in Houston for an event just to be around, you know what I'm saying? So it was like networking, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I started like hitting them conferences and stuff, bro. And then I say it got to the point where like, well, really I was doing hands-on everything, like with my music, with my own personal music. I started like, you know, this fast forward, I'll say like probably like 2007, like 3 years out of high school. Like by then time, you know what I'm saying, I'm putting my own money into my music. I'm snatching features from, you know what I'm saying, from people. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, like I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just had an idea of what I wanted to do. So my thing was like I was trying to get in touch with the people behind the music.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how can I get in touch with the people behind the music. So I was like, maybe if I reach out to the artist and try to get a feature from the artist, from you know what I'm saying, from the artist, then I can meet the manager behind the artist, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And I can build a relationship with that manager. So then I started like researching and finding out who are top managers in the game, like what managers are moving the needle, you know what I'm saying? So I started like watching, you know, just artists and seeing how they move and seeing the management behind them. And then I would like, boom, I started reaching out to the artists and from managers, like prime example one, Rico Brooks. You know what I'm saying? From who actually manages Metro Boomin, Sunny Digital.
Okay.
Q. You know, he's behind all of that. He was actually at the time when I was coming up, he was actually the VP of Block Entertainment.
Okay.
You remember Block
Yep.
ENT? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The Boys in the Hood. He was behind all that. So that was one of the first. But like I said, by the time I'm putting money into my own music, I'm buying features and everything, you know what I'm saying? And then so Rico was probably one of the first manager dudes who like I like made it a point like, man, I need to get in contact with him. So he had an artist at the time, which is a fresh artist by the name of Q. You know what I'm saying? From Atlanta, he had the OG Bobby Johnson record. So I had reached out to, I was like, yo, okay, maybe I can get a feature from Q and I can build that relationship with him. Build a relationship in Atlanta, and I could build a relationship with Rico. So I need to get in touch with Rico, man. So boom, I reached out. Rico, you know what I'm saying? Boom, got in contact with him, arranged the feature with him. This was like my first big move that I made.
How much was that feature?
That feature was $700.
Okay, that ain't bad.
$700. It ain't bad at all. But what I did was, like that, like by this time I had already been making trips and taking trips to Atlanta, going to link up with I remember going to Atlanta and linking up with, you know, the late great Shawty Low. And so I remember going out there and mobbing with them and being in the studio with Shawty Low and all this stuff. But you know, I was making trips and stuff. But this one specific trip right here, man, it was like I had made it a mission to like, let me set up a lot. I want to set up more than one thing. I don't want to just go out there for one thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me try to set up multiple things. So I said, boom, set up the feature with Q. And then I had reached out to Zaytovon, man, which is crazy, dog. I had seen, I don't know where I seen it. I think I seen it on Facebook or something. It was like Zaytovon was like, email me, independent artists, email me, you know, I'm working with all budgets. So I emailed Zaytovon, was like, yo, I'm trying to get a beat from you, Zaytovon. And he was like, and he emailed me back. You know what I'm saying? Like, emailed me back quick and was like, you know, what's your budget? And I told him, I was like, man, because at this time I had been like saving up money and stuff, man. So like I was like, I used to on the side too, like my day job at the time, I was selling cars.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was selling cars and I was one of the top salesmen at my dealership. So I was making money. So I was just, you know what I'm saying? But you know, when you sell cars, like you spend so much time at the dealership, you really don't got time to spend the money.
True, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I was like saving a lot of money. And the only time I spend money is when I was doing these, you know, taking these trips, these music trips, you know what I'm saying? Or going to the studio. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I hit Zaytovon. You know, and I told him, I was like, man, my budget really, I ain't gonna lie, I got $1,000, man. You know what I'm saying? I got $1,000. And at the time, I don't know what made me feel like that, but I just felt like, if I put $1,000 on the table to anybody, I don't see why they wouldn't open a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least they'd tell me, nah, you gotta make a little bit more. But that at least give me a response. So I was like, man, I got $1,000, they told me. So that's what I got. And man, he emailed me back down, was like, cool. I'm gonna send you my manager number, and he gonna lock everything in with you. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm hyped. I'm like, okay, dang, I got this feature set up out here in Atlanta, and I'm gonna work with Zaytovon. So Zaytovon was like, he's gonna send the beat, but I'm like, no, look, don't send me the beat. I was like, I'm coming to Atlanta. I really want to get in the studio, and if you can pull up on me with the beat. And so he was like, man, I really don't do that, man. But I said, and he said, I really don't do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I said, I emailed him back and was like, look, I said, yo, I'll send you the deposit right now. I'll send you the $1,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to send me the beat. I'll send you the $1,000 right now, and then when I get to Atlanta, I'll call you, and we can link up then. And he was like, I guess he felt like that was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
No, okay, dude, serious. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
putting yourself out there.
Yeah. I guess he felt like, okay, dude, serious. So he hit me back and was like, all right, cool. My manager, which is still my homie right to this day. You know what I'm saying? My boy Digital Dope. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, yeah, my boy, my manager gonna hit you up. So I'm like, all right, cool. So his manager hit me up. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be in Atlanta like in 2 weeks, man. I'll come out there, you know what I'm saying? I really just want Zaytovon to pull up on me at the studio. I'm gonna have this studio session with Q from out there in Atlanta, and they already knew who Q was because his name was bubbling in Atlanta. So they like, so his manager like, oh, okay, yeah, you got a session with Q. So I'm like, yeah, most definitely. So even with the feature with Q, like I told Rico, like, hey, I'm gonna come to Atlanta and do this feature. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want him to send it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Through email. I want to come to Atlanta and get in the studio. And in my mind frame, dog, I swear I don't even know why I was thinking it, but I was ahead of the time. My mind frame was I was thinking like, if I can get this feature and because I knew who Q hung around. I knew who was on his team. It was Sunny Digital at the time. It was Tracy T, Metro Boomin. Like these were all the surrounding cast. 808 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Like these were the surrounding cast around him. So I felt like that if I get him in the studio, they would probably pull up. Just so happened he ain't gonna pull up to the studio by himself.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, they'll probably pull up. So I set the studio session up, set it up with Zaytovon. And sure enough, dog, I got out there to Atlanta, and like I said, that was probably my biggest breakthrough trip. I got out there to Atlanta. I linked in with Rico. Me and Rico, we had hit it off, you know what I'm saying? Like real good relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like hit it off. Like he was rocking with me. Me and Q, again, I'm coming out there as an artist, but I really wasn't even stunting the artist, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff. I'm thinking about everything else around, you know what I'm saying, in the future. So locked in with Rico, and then sure enough, when Q pulled up, Sunny Digital pulled up. He had Sunny Digital with him. He had my boy AK, Mr. AK Roundtrip, which is a great writer, artist in the game. And I think Tracy T was with him, if I'm not mistaken, Tracy T. So I'm like, man, I'm in the studio session. I got Sunny Digital in the studio. I got Tracy T in the studio. I got Q in the studio, man. I'm like, yo, and I booked the studio at the Blue Room.
Blue Room, yeah. Shout out to my guy Beasky. He work out Blue Room too.
Shout out Beasky, yeah. Which is crazy because, like, fast forward to today, I still deal with Blue Room. Like that's how, you know what I'm saying? That introduction, like they've been taking care of me since then. Like now I take my artists through Blue Room. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so yeah, I booked it at the Blue Room, dog, and that was my first time having a big studio session, real big. You know what I'm saying? Instrumental studio session with more artists, more than just me in there writing my raps. It was artists in there, producers in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the whole nine. So again, now at this time, I'm like, man, I'm finna get Zaytovon to pull up too. So I'm calling Zaytovon manager, whoop. But Zaytovon wasn't able to pull up at the time at the studio session. So me and Q, we knocked out the song. I hit it off with them real cool. They like, hey man, come to the, we got a show tonight. Mob with us, come tonight, whoop. So I'm like, cool, shoot ya. Then Zaytovon manager hit me up. My boy Digital Dope, he hit me. He was like, who with you? And I was like, man, it's me and it was me and my road dog, man, my boy Big E at the time, man. Me and Big E was like, this is my dog, still my dog today. But this is my dog. Like he was like, he used to hit that road with me anytime, you know what I'm saying? Like when everybody else wasn't able or wasn't down to go, he was like, I go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go. And he just had, he just loved music. You know what I'm saying? He just picked up a camera too and was just like, I'll film it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'll do something. You feel what I'm saying? So my boy Big E came out there with me. I was like, yeah, I was just like, man, it's just me and my boy Big E. We drove his Impala 12 hours to Atlanta. I was like, man, it's just me and my boy. And my boy Digital Dope was like, all right, Zaytovon said you could pull up to the house. So I'm like, what? I get to pull up to Zaytovon crib? I'm like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? So I actually got to pull up to Zaytovon house. When I got the beat from Zaytovon, I pulled up to Zaytovon house, dog, like in the same basement studio that you see on all the videos from Gucci and OJ and everybody done came his basement studio, you know what I'm saying? So his Zaytovon So Icy studio or whatever. Like I'm in the studio, I'm in that same studio, dog. So I'm like, you know, by this time, like this is giving me like all the inspiration, dog. It's like I'm like, yo, I'm really doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm these are cats who I looked up to, who I, you know what I'm saying, who I jam every day. I'm in the same room as him. I'm doing business with him. You know what I'm saying? He let me use his mouse to figure out what beat I want. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the greatest inspiration to me, bro.
So what's your relationship like now?
With Zaytovon, still locked in.
So going through all that you went, I mean, definitely a journey. And as you talk, I can see the preparation for executiveship and just moving into that realm. But at what time did you decide, or have you decided, I guess, to step away from being the artist side and now being the guy, the industry executive, moving behind the scenes? At what time was that moment when you was like, hey, you know what? I'm going this route?
It was, I would say it was probably like 2015. It was like, it's really like 2014, but I officially was like, all right, I said like 2015. It was really like right after, you know, when me and Boogie,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When me and Boogie got that record in. It was like 2015, bro. I think in my mind process at that time, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, like I was like stressing, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like stressing. But really I was stressing because I was really making it bad on myself. Like, because I was like going through it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it was like I love the music game so much. I love the music business, but I didn't have the same love and passion as being the artist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I never really was the person that want to be in the camera, in the light, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't really me. So by this time, this is coming on to the social media world now. Now it's starting to turn over to the social media generation, where the artist has to be in, you know, seen in front of the camera, you know. So I was like, I started like not like losing love for it, dog. Like, it was like I didn't really like had a passion for writing raps and recording them, but I had a passion in like doing everything else, you know what I'm saying? Like everything else that had to do with it, when it come to sitting in the studio, when it come to the mind process, thinking of the song, when it come to the building, the marketing, I still loved all of that. I still love getting in the ground, getting in the field, getting on the grind. Like, I loved all that. But as far as like being a rapper and, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm Pooh, I'm the rapper, and because what it was it was like I was having a conflict of interest, because I was the person doing all the speaking and all the talking. At the same time, now I'm the artist. So I'm getting different conversations being an artist. I didn't have nobody to speak for me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, when you're an artist and you got somebody to represent you, it's a whole different conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know that. You
yeah,
feel what I'm
absolutely.
saying? It's a whole different conversation when you the artist talking about what you want to do versus when you are the manager, or you are the A&R, or you are the, you know what I'm saying, anybody behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? So I was having that conflict of interest. It was like, yo, I was finding myself not being able to move like how I want to. And like, it was to the point where I was like blocking my own self, because I didn't even, like, I was becoming like an introvert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be sociable with all the rappers and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care to be sociable with the rappers. Like, I cared to be sociable with the LA Reeds and the, you know what I'm saying, the people behind the scenes. Yeah, the gatekeepers. Like, that's what I wanted to talk to. That's what I wanted to be chopping it up with. I didn't want to chop it up with the rappers. Like, I don't care about the rapping type. That's how my mom was getting. So I was getting like depressed, bro. So like, it's crazy too, bro, because I had like this little in my house at the time. I had like this little closet room. This is when my son was staying with me at the time. My son stayed with me for about a year, a year straight. And so I didn't want to just smoke in my house like that because my son was there. So I had like this like closet space or whatever that I would smoke in. You know what I'm saying? Like by the which is by the balcony or whatever, so the smoke wouldn't get like in the house type shit. So like this little closet area, bro. It's like when I even think about it now, like yeah, I was definitely depressed. Like I was going in the closet smoking and shit. Like I would go into the closet, bro. On God, dog. Like when you know what I'm saying, when I need to take my smoke break or whatever, I go into the closet and smoke, and I change the bulb lights in there or whatever, and I'll be playing music in there while I'm smoking and stuff, and I would just be thinking, and dog, and I was just thinking at that time, like, damn, man, what if I just like stopped rapping and got behind the scene, like, you know what I mean, like got behind a rapper, like, and I was just thinking about like, man, I know everybody, I know all the rappers, I know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everybody, but I know a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
you got the connections.
Yeah, like I got connections. Like, what if I got behind somebody else? But it was always that trust factor, you know what I'm saying? Like trusting an artist, which you know what I'm saying, and the artist believe in your vision.
Yeah. And
trusting what you say, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I was going back and forth with that. And I think I chopped it up like, you know, one of my sister was big influence, and she was like, man, yeah, you can do that, you know, you can do that. My sister and my girl, she was like, yeah, man, yeah, you can do it. Like, why? What would make you think you couldn't get behind that? You know how to talk, you know what I'm saying, like you sell cars, you know what I'm saying, you know how to manage. Woo. So I'm just like, man, like, all right. So I'm thinking like, man, you know what? I think I am gonna take a step back and see what they do, man. And so I got online and just started searching artists, you know what I mean? Just looking for artists and trying to see who I can like jump down with or whatever. See what artists is out there who probably need some help. But what I started doing was then I started like putting together a little show though, you know what I'm saying? Putting together a little show. You remember a little show or whatever? I started putting together like shows and shit, man. So I'm putting together a show that really I'm putting them shows together just to try to see what artists, you know what I'm saying, and just really just get tapped in with the artists out here and stuff. And that's how I met, you know, Ludine, you know what I'm saying, which was, well, I was like, actually Ludine was one of my first artists that I actually like managed.
Big shout out to Ludine, man. You know what? I always thought Ludine had a superstar mentality. Like he's definitely walk in the room and he sticks out like a sore thumb. And the one story I had about Ludine, I remember Ludine at the old studio, man. And I was like, Ludine, when you make your money, bro, what you gonna do? He was like, shoot, I'm gonna buy my mama some shit. I'm gonna buy my baby some shit. But my grandma, I ain't buying that bitch nothing. And I said, Ludine, why you going in your grandma? He was like, hell no. That bitch coming in talking about I can't smoke in the house at Thanksgiving. I was like, bro, you ain't supposed to smoke in the house. He's like, no, fuck that bitch. I ain't buying that shit.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? He was sitting on the floor with his legs crossed, bro. Yeah. I was dying. I said, yo, this dude gonna make. He got the personality to make it.
Definitely, bro. And I think like that's what I seen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Ludine probably had like one video out at the time, bro. 2 songs out and one of them was a video. And I had seen the video and it was like the video was like a couple thousand views. You know what I'm saying? So it was that Donde style. Yeah, Donde style. And when I seen the video, I was just like, yo.
Hold on one second. Damn it. All right, hold on a second. Okay, we back. All right, so you said, all right, so the Donde style.
Yeah, the Donde style, man. I heard that record and I was like, yo, I seen the video. I seen the video before I even heard the song. You know what I'm saying? I seen the video first. And then when I seen the video, I'm like, I think it's probably good that I seen the video first too. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's what sold me on it. I seen the video and I'm like, yo, like this dude, wow, bro. I'm like,
super wild.
I'm like, he wild. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this nigga in the I was like, he in the suburb with him on some real ratchet nigga shit. I'm like, yo, like, I was just like, I don't know. I was like, yo, this dude, like, I don't know who he is. I was like, but this shit is definitely interesting. You know what I'm saying? So, I think I hit him up on Twitter, man, and was like, yo, man, shit, man. You know, by that time, I think I already threw a couple shows. So I think he kind of already, he probably didn't know exactly who I was, but probably heard of me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was just like, I hit him up like, yo, man, I've been checking your music out, bro. I said, I'm fucking with it, man. Shit, let's work, man. We need to do something. So he was like, oh shit, already. He shot me a number, like, hit me up. So I called him and whatever. I was like, man, yo, I'm fucking with your music, bro. Like, I just wanna work. You know what I'm saying? Work with you. So he was like, yeah, pull up on me, man. Pull up on me at the crib, man. Pull up on me. He was staying at his mama house at the time, man. For real talk. And he was really jugging at the time. You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
real.
When he talking about that jug, he was really jugging. Like,
my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off. But all of a jug, that's part of my workout rotation. So
hey,
I'll be in the gym getting busy off that song.
Hey, man, I pulled up on him, bro. I'll never forget this day, man. If I'm lying, I'm dying. He'll tell you the same thing. I pulled up on him, man. He had his mama house. He got a mattress on the floor. You feel what I'm saying? We in the room, me, him, and DJ Situation. Cause I had Situation pull up with me, and we in the room. He got a mattress on the floor. You know what I'm saying? We just chopping up about the music. He like, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of talking about music, he like, hold on, bro. Give me just a second. He get a call and he like, hold on, bro. He like, let me run outside right quick. You know what I'm saying? He run outside. You know what I'm saying? He come back in. He got a whole bag of weed. You know what I'm saying? Like. You want some free weed, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just jugged this. I'm like, you just what? He's like, I just jugged this, man. Fuck that nigga, man. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, yo. I'm like, whatever you doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't like, let's do this music shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even want you even doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like let's do this music shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I want to get behind you, bro. Woo, woo, woo. So shit, man, I locked in with Lil Dean. Like I said, that was one of my first artists that I really got behind. I locked in with him and shit, like, I mean, anybody in the city that know who Lil Dean is, you know what I'm saying? Like, he came out right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, his whole rollout was right. And this is just because this was because all the years of my practice on rolling out projects and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So when it came to his project, I knew like, yo, we gotta roll this out right. I had relationships with the biggest DJs. I had, me and DJ Scream was locked in. That's my boy Scream. So I'm like, yo, we getting Scream on the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going big. We finna go to Atlanta. We gonna go do interviews in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, we finna make it big. We gonna, Dallas Observer. You know what I'm saying? I got, we linking up. Shout out my boy Miguel. I'm like, look, we doing Dallas Observer. You know what I'm saying? Write-ups. You know what I'm saying? We going Say Cheese. We going big on Say Cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out Sean. Like, and then at this time, I had Dirty Glove Bastard too, and this so I could just kind of rewind a little bit too. When I decided to take a step back from the music, like I was like, what am I gonna do if I'm not gonna be an artist? How can I offer something into the game?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So my boy Ziploc, who was my day one, he had already started. He's the founder of Dirty Glove Bastard. You know what I'm saying? He started Dirty Glove Bastard in 2007. You know what I'm saying? As on a blog spot. You know what I'm saying? Just basically just putting out street music, what he rocked with. So by this time, you know what I'm saying? Like Zip, my boy Zip. You know what I'm saying? He in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he always been in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Even when he started the blog, he was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just a street nigga who just had computer. You know what I'm saying? Sense and started a blog and you know what I'm saying? So like. But by this time, when I decided to take a step back and like, yeah, I'm gonna start managing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and getting behind the scenes, my boy Zip was like full-fledged in the streets. Like he didn't even like give a damn about DGB at this time, you know what I'm saying? So it was like he was really, you know what I'm saying, low key gonna let the shit crash, you know what I'm saying? The whole blog shit crash. And I was on some shit like, yo, look, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, we day one, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me jump down, you know what I'm saying, with the company, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let me be one, you know what I'm saying? Let me be the face of the company, bro. Let me be, you know what I'm saying, co-owner with you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? A partner with you, bro. and let me push this shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro, you really tripping. Like, you really, like, you got a platform, you know what I'm saying? And we can offer something to these people in the industry. So I'm like, you can't let this die. So he like, yeah, he in the street. So he like, shit, I ain't tripping, Pooh, you know what I'm saying? Do what, you my bro, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is family. So he like, I'm with whatever you with, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm behind you, you take the lead, you feel what I'm saying? So that's when I really started like taking the lead on the, you know what I'm saying, the DGB shit with my boy Hayes, which is my partner Hayes, you know what I'm saying? And then my other partner at the time, he was overseas, Dre. He was overseas too. So that's when I really started like pushing the DGB shit, you know what I'm saying? And DGB shit already been like solid, you know what I'm saying? But by this time I'm starting to push it like a marketing company, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
because it's on a whole nother level
right
now.
Yeah. So now we pushing it as a marketing company. My brother Spitty, who was one of the day one, which is actually a co-owner, you know what I'm saying? One of the day ones with the company. He already had his marketing company, which is Supreme Marketing. Supreme Marketing had already been doing work with every label. Right now he's with Good Music. Okay. But he done work with Def Jam, he done work with 300, he done work projects with Warner Brothers, he done been all over. That was one of my keys into the labels was him. You feel what I'm saying? So when we started really pushing the DGB shit, by this time, okay, now I done took a step back. I ain't doing the music, I'm doing the DGB shit, and I'm managing the artists. So boom, we doing the DGB shit and we pushing it as like a marketing company. Now we doing actual marketing campaigns. We combining it with my boy Spitty with his marketing company.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Alongside with our influence that we got online and on social media and stuff. So now we building campaigns for artists and stuff. So even outside of me managing my artists, we were working campaigns with major artists. You know what I'm saying? Like artists that we were putting out artist mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like Kevin Gates. You know what I'm saying? Luca Brasi mixtape. That was a Dirty Glove Bastard mixtape, you know what I'm saying? Like, we uploaded that mixtape, you know what I'm saying? So, by this time, like, we pushing, like I said, I'm pushing the DGB shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm managing at the same time, too. And
so now, with you know what I'm saying, when you into the whole management side and doing the executive side, like, what does management mean to you? Or let's take a step back. When it comes to management, how does an artist know he's ready for management? Because a lot of people just be like running around like, I need a manager.
An artist will know when an artist is ready for management. I'm gonna be real. An artist is ready for management when they have took the leap of faith. When they are full-fledged, 100% doing the music. And what I mean by that, I mean like music is their job. Like you know what I'm saying? Like not doing music and still got a full-time job over here, but then when I get off of work, I'm doing this music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
An artist is ready for a manager when they are full-fledged, 10 toes into the music.
So are you interested in managing artists from the ground up, like custom, like, artists with no buzz, no songs out, you see the talent. Are you interested in taking artists like that, or are you at a point now it's like, hey, I need you to come with something?
Man, honestly, to be real, like, I mean, the artist got to come with something. You know what I'm saying? At this point, like, I'm always, and I'm into starting careers. You know what I'm saying, from the jump. You know what I'm saying? One of my artists right now, Sherwood Marty. You know what I'm saying? He only has one mixtape out. You know what I'm saying? And we put his first mixtape out. DGB did. So he's still a new artist himself. You know what I'm saying? But when I say gotta come with something, like an artist gotta be able to like come with, number one, the ambition. Like I can't put the fire in your belly. I can't want it more than you want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't want it more than you want it. That's why I mean, like, that's what I mean about like the leap of faith and them doing it full time. Because when you're doing this shit full time, like, this is the only thing you banking on to make your money, only thing to banking on, and which is hard, I understand, when you don't know how to make money out of. But when you banking on that, like, that's when you full-fledged in it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how you can really maximize your ambition. You know what I'm saying? So artist got to come with, to me, artist got to come with an ambition. And they got to, I ain't gonna say like they got to know a little bit, know it all, but Cause I'm gonna teach them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna teach them. They just gotta be willing to listen and learn.
What about like budget and all of that?
Definitely need to have a budget. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard as much as I want to, because I even still work with artists right now who don't have budgets, and I just try to help them out as much as I can with my platform on DGB.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that can only go so far. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because even then, you still need other platforms outside of DGB. It ain't just DGB that's gonna make you pop. You know what I'm saying? Like you need it's a intertwine. You know what I'm saying? It's multiple resources that you need to be going. So I definitely feel like artists do need to have a budget. I'm not gonna sit here and say like what type of budget. You know what I'm saying? Artists just need to be able to move when they can move. Like I can't babysit no artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't manage your day-to-day life. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Right.
It's a difference when you're managing your day-to-day life and you're managing your career. I can't manage your day-to-day life and tell you how you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like
Live. Like that's something
Live.
as a man you should already,
Yeah.
or a woman as you supposed to already know. Facts. So like if you could take it, so I know you was talking about rollouts.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we got some artists or some artists, some listeners out there right now that may not have, they're not at the level yet to secure a manager on the level as yourself right now.
Mm-hmm.
But they're ready to roll out a project. This may be their first project.
Mm-hmm.
What are give me, if you can, like a 3-step or 4-step process for an artist rolling out their very first project? Where should they start?
Okay, 4-step process.
Or as many steps as you need, but
For sure. I mean, of course, get the music together. You know what I'm saying? After you get the music together, I think you should shoot visuals to the music.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot visual to the music, and not just any visual. You know what I'm saying? Like, get somebody who incredible. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody who has some good work up under their belt. You know what I'm saying? Got a resume that, you know what I'm saying? Get some people who you watching their videos. You know what I'm saying? Like you may be logging on, you may be on Half Pint Films, or you may be on Dan Daly or something. You know what I'm saying? Like those are a couple cats in Dallas. Like get a video by those directors. Get some visuals in. Once you get the music and you get the visuals done, of course you need to get the artwork. You know what I'm saying? Of course the whole product first. Like so, let me just back up. First, you need to get the product right. So you need to get the music. You need to get the artwork. You need to get the music sounding right. You know what I'm saying? Get the product right first. Then once you get the product right, then you need to get your visual shot. And then the reason I say you get your visual shot after that, because you want to have once you have your product, your finished product, you want to have your content for your finished product. You want to have assets, because that's what they call. They're called assets. You want to have your assets ready, so that way you can really roll out. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because some artists, they get a mixtape done, and then they put the mixtape out, and they don't have any content to fall behind that mixtape. So now your whole rollout is all sloppy. Now you running around like a chicken with your head cut out. Now you like, what am I supposed to do next? Now what you supposed to do is get the product right, shoot the visuals so you can get the content, or whatever promo visuals or whatever you want to do. Videos, promo visuals, whatever. Get all that content piecing together. Whether you want to do some motion graphics, you know what I'm saying? Some motion GFX graphics for Instagram. Get all your content piecing together. And then once you get your content pieces together, you need to be linking up with somebody like a DJ or something. You know what I'm saying? You need to be either linking up with a DJ or somebody who is an influencer. I mean, what I mean by an influencer, somebody like a Big D. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who knows how to get your music placed.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? Get your music placed. Somebody like me too. I know how to get your music placed.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so you know where your music, so you can get your music on all the mixtape sites. So you can get your music on Apple Music and Spotify's and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you need to get with an influencer. You know what I'm saying? Now I did get some steps, because hopefully I know I ain't gonna say hopefully, because I know a lot of listeners don't know. So let me just bag up. Make sure you have your business right too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say your business, make sure you got your BMI set up, BMI ASCAP set up. Make sure you signed up to get your digital royalties. So you need to be at Sound Exchange or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have an account with Sound Exchange so you can get your digital royalties. These are the things that's gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that are going to get you money. As far as your videos and the content, it's companies out there like Vidya, you know what I'm saying, who can help you get paid, can collect your money off of your videos. A lot of people don't know that you get paid off of videos. You know what I'm saying? You think that, oh, yeah, you know, most people just know the one side of getting paid off of videos, and that's uploading it onto your YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? You still get your music pub on the side. You get that, you know what I'm saying? You can collect that part on the music too, on the music video too. So you got companies like Video who gonna collect that type of, you know what I'm saying, music pub for your own video. So like I said, get your BMI, ASCAP, Sound Exchange, companies like Video, you know, get accounts with them. So that way when you get all the content, now you got your content ready. Now you got your product ready. So now when you put your product out and you put it out on Apple Music and Spotify's and SoundCloud, now you can actually start getting paid off of it. You can start generating some money off of it. So if you got a little buzz in the city or whatever, or you got some people who you know can listen to it, you can actually start generating some income. You know what I'm saying? Like before me, myself as an artist, got any popular, I still was getting like little checks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get Fat Boogie checks still because, you know what I'm saying? He in debt, so he don't get to see none of that.
Shout out Fat Boogie, man. Cause my boy, hey, he doing his thing right now.
Yeah, man, straight up. He be like, hey, man, I saw you got a couple of royalty checks. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. You still in the hole.
Nah, fact. But yeah, get with an influencer, man. Get with somebody who, you know, like a Big D or, you know, myself, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's, you know, in your city that you know that's you know, that can get your music placed. And even it ain't even got to be inside your city. You can get on, you know, social media world. You can reach out to people. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of DJs out there who, you know what I'm saying, not only DJ but who can get your music placed on mixtape sites and stuff like that.
So what you think about this? Some people say strippers are the new DJs.
Strippers are definitely DJs for sure. They definitely. I wouldn't say. I mean, I guess you can use that term, new DJs, you know what I'm saying?
Because, I mean, it's no different, right? Like, you know how, like, cats got a song, they have a chick twerk to the song, and that chick gonna get 1,000 views because them cakes going, but then you hear the song. So when it makes sense, it's like...
That's facts. I mean, that's facts. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, again, even to go into that, like, yeah, you got female strippers who... And really, strippers really been kind of DJs, because even before they was twerking on Instagram, if they were jamming your song in the club, in the strip club, and if that was the song that every stripper wanted to dance to, you had the hottest song in the city. You know what I'm saying? So they been like calling the shots. You know what I'm saying? And that's just females, period. You know what I'm saying? Females, they drive the industry. They drive the industry. You know what I'm saying? That's point blank. Like, they drive the industry. They determine like what's really hot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that kind of makes reason why a lot of this harmonizing music is very popular nowadays and stuff. The females,
women love it.
Well, the women love it. They love the Drakes and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Shit, if I'm gonna come in the game, shit, who you gonna try to be like? Yeah. Who you gonna try to sound like? You gonna try to sound like what? The best person in there doing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's facts. So, big topic in the industry right now is clout. Hear this word thrown around a lot, especially since the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine sensation of amazing internet trolling. What is your definition of clout? Is it a good thing? Is it needed?
Clout, man.
And should you chase it?
Man, you know what? Like, really, clout has been around for years. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, clout has been like, that was like in the streets, really. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and now it's coming over into the rap game. You feel what I'm saying? Just because, probably because, you know, the rap business is so or surrounded around the streets or whatever, and people from the streets try to come in the rap game and try to treat it like the rap game. But as far as the rap game and clout, like, yeah, you need some clout. Every rapper gonna need some clout. You know what I'm saying? Now, how you gonna go about getting that clout? That's definitely, you know what I'm saying, that's really up to the artist. Now, I wouldn't say chase the clout and do some crazy, you know what I'm saying, crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that, but then again, if you're gonna do some crazy ass clout chasing shit, and you know, you might want to move like how people like 6ix9ine move. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna knock the kid. I ain't gonna knock him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely chasing the clout, And he's smart about it too, though. You know what I'm saying? At least he gonna move the right way. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna clout chase, at least move the right way. But I mean, honestly, man, I would really tell like any artist coming up and stuff, man, like just be yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that clout chasing and stuff, like it's like that's like here now, may not be here later.
So how, I guess my next thing, being we in the entertainment business, how important is real? Is being real important, or just the perception of real is important?
The perception of real, because being real is not in the industry at all. A lot of these people in the industry not real, and it's sad to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the people in the industry not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's built up on a lot of, you know, lies. Yeah. It's built up on a lot of broken promises, and built up on a lot of, you know, I'm gonna do this if you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely lies, dog. Like,
well, should we expect any differently? Like entertainment,
no, you shouldn't.
Because like when you go to wrestling, right?
You shouldn't.
Wrestling sells out stadiums of a bunch of dudes and people screaming at people fake fighting. Mm-hmm. They showing up knowing that these people are here to watch a fake fight, and yet people are entertained. They know these people don't have real beef, and watching these guys do fake arguments. But yet it sells out and it tunes in. So real really just is boring. Like nobody really cares about real.
Yeah, nobody really, as you said the exact real in the industry right now. Like real for real is boring now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's basically the perception of real. You know what I'm saying? It's like the perception. It's like it's everything in the industry is about perception. You know what I'm saying? Like people move on the perception. It's like, you know, like it's smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? It's smoke and mirrors. So now a lot of people in the industry, like, you know, to come in the industry, that's one of the big things that they get upset about. And they like, you know, they hate the industry about it, you know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is that's business.
Straight up.
I'm just gonna be real. That's business. You can be working for a corporate company. Anybody that work a 9 to 5 or work in a corporate America, I know you deal with bullshit at the company.
Facts.
You deal with managers who lie about stuff.
Facts.
You deal with managers who playing, you know, team. You know, they got a certain, you know, picks who they like.
Facts.
It's about who you know. You know
Politics,
what I'm saying?
facts.
It's politics. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about who working the hardest to get to that CEO position. It's about who you know.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Who in the business you know that you're gonna be able to bounce around to this district to this district. It's the same. That's in any business. So I don't like. For me, I don't get upset about that type of stuff. I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody lie to me in the industry. They lie to me in the industry, dog. It is what it is. I ain't finna like. I'm not finna, oh man, I don't whoop, or oh man, he promised me this. I don't rock with him because he fake. He said he was this whoop, whoop. Man, look, I barely believe half of what anybody tell me in the industry, period, anyway. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't at the end of the day, the way I look at it, like I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna, you know, do no, I'm not finna sacrifice my morals or anything, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just what I stand on. I ain't finna sacrifice my respect. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna work with whoever though. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm gonna work with, if it makes business sense, I'm gonna work with whoever. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense, if it's saying, if I'm looking at the situation, I'm saying, okay, my artist, if I get Lil Uzi on this song with my artist, this song right here, I know for a fact it's gonna do numbers, it's gonna go up. And I'm gonna do everything I need to do to make sure I get Lil Uzi on the song. Whether I have to deal with Lil Uzi and his team lying to me 5 times on when we were supposed to get the studio session in, you know what I'm saying? And we finally get the session in on the 6th time. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It just come with it.
So my thing is this. I guess my next question, and we'll kind of sum everything up on this. In 5 words, define Dallas hip hop. The Dallas music scene. In 5 words, the Dallas music scene.
5 words. It ain't gotta be no sentence or anything.
No sentence. It's like good, like, you know.
We for one, lit.
Okay.
Dallas music scene lit. 2, Dallas, the music scene is up right now. The Dallas music scene is up right now. 3, still country as hell. Dallas music scene is country as hell. 4, man, the Dallas music scene consistent right now.
Facts.
It's real consistent. And 5, man, Dallas is to me, I feel like Dallas is the premier city right now. I feel like I mean that ain't even a word. Let me see, like let me think one more word. It's like Dallas is just Dallas is now. Dallas is now. It's premier is now. You know what I'm saying? Like Dallas got the wave right now, man. And you know what? Like I really feel like it got to do with a lot, man. And I think that like I feel like that Dallas as a city, we not where we need to be as far as the culture and the business of the city. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely on his way. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, like, because it's a lot of key factors, bro. Like, into why the city is popping right now. You know what I'm saying? And those key factors is like cats like you. You know what I'm saying? Shit you've been doing the past 3-4 years in the city.
Yeah.
Shit I've been doing the past 3-4 years in the city. Shit people like Sean Cotton, people like Brick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our workings. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like that's our working, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like we literally been planting seeds, dog, in the industry. As long as I've been going to Atlanta, back and forth to Atlanta, I know a lot of people be saying like, damn, Pooh down there, like stay in Atlanta. Dog, I'm going to Atlanta and I'm bringing that industry right back to Dallas. You feel what I'm saying?
So how many years do you think, if you would put a time frame, with Dallas bubbling the way it is right now, Yellow Beezy, Asian Doll, Cuban, you got what's my man that signed with Def Jam?
Bobby Sessions.
Bobby Sessions signed with Def Jam.
You
got Trap Boy Freddy right on the coattail coming up. You know what I'm saying? How long do you think before Dallas get to a point where it can make that consistent stamp on the industry like that? Or, well, I'll put it like this. I know we're probably a little bit off from the whole Atlanta scene. You need a lot more pieces. But to have that strong Houston run that Houston, Mike Jones and Slim Thug and all of them had, how far off do you think Dallas is with these group of artists already on this cusp?
We're not far at all. I'm going to be real. I'm going to say within the next year. And the reason I say that, as long as the artists, the same artists who you just named, the Yellow Beezys, the Asian Doll, the Cuban Doll, Trap Boy Freddy, you know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, and the list goes on, you know what I'm saying? Like the list goes on because there's a lot of the Hood Fame, Yayo, Casino, Lil CJ Casino, Bugatti Casino, The Outfit Texas, Splurge.
But why aren't we naming Lil Ronnie, Fat Pimp, Dero? Why don't any of those guys' names come up in these conversations?
I'm gonna say Lil Ronnie right now. I still feel like Lil Ronnie is still in the wave right now.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Lil Ronnie is in the wave right now. I think that because he been like doing this shit in Dallas so long, I think people be trying to box him in.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like box him into that club shit.
Because he can rap, bro.
Because Lil Ronnie can rap, bro. Lil Ronnie one of the best rappers coming out of Dallas. I promise you that. When it comes to them bars and then it come to putting a song together, period. When it come to even creativity, thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Ronnie one of the best in the city. And Lil Ronnie gonna get his shine. I'm gonna tell you exactly, again, we're a year from it. As long as those artists right now, which are the top ones, the Yellow Beezys, the Cuban Doll, the Asian Doll, and the Trap Boy Freddy. As long as all 4 of them artists right now, dog, keep working with everybody in the city and keep bringing them artists up. Like, see, like how Trap Boy Freddy, how Yellow Beezy, how they connecting, and how Go Yayo connecting with the Trap Boy and Yellow Beezy. Like they showing up to each other shows. I just seen we had Lil Baby down here. This past Sunday, you had Trap Boy Freddy there, Lil Baby, Yellow Beezy went there, Go Yayo went there. They all performed too at the show, and they all got brought out as a special guest. You feel what I'm saying? So that's that's them. Yellow Beezy got brought out. Boom, Yellow Beezy. Okay, I'm gonna bring Trap Boy with me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
You see what I'm saying? If they can, as long as the city, as long as them artists they move like that, bro, the city gonna go up, bro. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? Only thing everybody has to see is everybody working together, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody like riding with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I salute Trap Boy Freddy, how he may not even it may not even be his show. It'd be Yellow Beezy's show, but he'll go to the show too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they'll have a show in Tyler. Boom. I ain't got nothing going on this Friday. Boom. I'm not booked up. Okay. Boom. So I'm gonna hit the road with Yellow Beezy. You know what I'm saying? Just to be on the road with Yellow Beezy. And Yellow Beezy ain't obligated to bring him out on the show or bring him out on stage. But Yellow Beezy do what he doing. Bring him out on stage with him. They gonna do whatever song they got together. If they do that, then that's what's going to keep building the city, bro. Cause right now, dog, like the eyes is on the city. And I'm speaking this from behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been getting I knew this day right here was coming last year. You feel what I'm saying? I was having calls last summer from labels when TK song first went out. I was having TK help the city a lot. TK helped his situation. I'm gonna be real. I feel like, and I hate his situation, but I feel like TK was a sacrifice for this city, dog. I say that in many conversations. TK was a sacrifice for this city.
You know what?
Bro.
And I never really looked at that.
Bro,
I never really looked at it that way. But would you absolutely right,
bro? His situation was a sacrifice, dog. Like he brought the eyes on the city. If it wasn't for TK, I'm not saying that nobody else wouldn't be doing what they doing, because what's destined for you is what's destined for you. But if TK's situation didn't happen, bro, it would not be as many consistent artists. I mean, we got cats out here in Dallas, bro, that's doing 1 million views that you don't even, you know what I'm saying? Lil 2Z, he doing 1 million views on Half Pint. Go Yayo doing 1 million. Lil CJ doing 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Yellow Beezy 58 million. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
crazy.
These are crazy numbers. You know who was the first one doing millions?
Who?
TK. He was the first one to break the records and doing the millions, you know what I'm saying, in views. So with him and his situation, you know what I'm saying, and free TK, him and his situation, bro, like that brought a lot of eyes on the city. It wasn't until TK situation when I started getting record label executives calling me, asking me about Dallas. Of course, the first thing they asking about was TK. And then after that, it was who else in the city? Who else is doing something else in the city? You know what I'm saying? And then once the label kind of seen or made their decision on what they wanted to do with TK, or if they wanted to work with TK, or if they wanted to pass on it or whatever the case, they was looking for the next best artist out in the city. Because they already knew that, okay, the eyes is on the city. So I'm having record executives calling me saying, Pooh, who's the next best artist out in the city? Who is the next best artist? Who's hot out there? Who else is hot? Because Dallas right now got an eye on them. Like, they was really, like, flying out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had record executives flying out here, bro, eating lunch with me and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they actually scouting talent and shit at the same time while I was out here, bro. And it wasn't until TK's situation until I started getting no calls. And now I'm not saying anybody else wasn't getting any calls about anybody in the city like that. I'm saying me.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting no calls until after TK's situation. And when TK's situation took off, I got a call from every record label in the business, dog. From Warner Brothers to Sony to Atlantic. I got a call from every record label asking about who else in Dallas is hot.
So this is what I think we should do, man. I think me, you, Brick, Sean, you know, if he ain't in this Hollywood mode, I got to cut Sean out. I send an offensive text message to Sean every single morning just to remind him.
You remind him.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we should get together, man, and throw like some kind of crazy, like, I don't, you know, Brick already got the block party, but
yeah,
like
we should throw a crazy
show, like bring a guy like all on Cuban, you know what I'm saying, Asian, Trap Boy, Casino, you know, little CJ Casino.
Hey, on God, Big D, we started in the D.
We should do it, bro.
We started in the D, and then we can take it right on the road,
bro. Let's do it.
I promise you. Once we do the show out here, we could take that same show on the road, and they're gonna buy it. They're gonna buy the show. Promoters are gonna buy the show. Houston, Austin, San. We can run it. We can run a Texas run,
and it'd be crazy.
Be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I'm with that. Brick.
Yeah.
What's up? You know what I'm saying? Sean Cotton. What's up, man? Like let's. I'm willing to put my money in on that, and we can book them. We ain't talking about having them do it for free. We gonna pay them what they want
ask for, and we make it happen.
And we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna put together a Dallas lineup that can really sell out tickets. Cause see, that's what we need next. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and even and that you touched on that, like, that's what we need next. We need to show the industry that Dallas Harding can sell tickets.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? That they can sell tickets because everybody else coming through here selling tickets in Dallas. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to show that our artists can bring out crowds, can sell tickets, and our artists can, especially right now, bro. Because I'm telling you, Dallas got the wave. I ain't even saying Dallas, DFW, Dallas Fort Worth have the wave.
So let's make that happen, man, bro. I appreciate you coming through, rocking it, dropping your gems, man, telling people your story. Again, before we get off, let people know your social media handles, man, where they can contact you at.
For sure, man. Instagram and Twitter, it's Lil Pooh, ITSLILPOOH. Again, it's ITSLILPOOH. And then make sure you follow Dirty Glove Bastard. Instagram, Dirty Glove Bastard. Exactly how it sounds. Okay. And then on Twitter, it's DGB. DG Bastard, actually. So DG Bastard on Twitter.
No doubt, man. Well, I appreciate you coming rocking with me, man. Hey, big things, we're going to get this joint popping, man. Again, it's your boy Big D the Mogul, a.k.a. Suge Diddy. Another episode of Mogul Moves Only with my guy Lil Pooh, and we out of here.
Yeah. Gotta make me a meal a day. I need a meal a day. Gotta make me a meal a day. See, money it cometh, then money it goeth. I got me a meal to make. My mama, she hit on my line and she say, baby, I got some bills to pay. So I need a meal a day. Gotta give me a meal a day.